misfits into geniuses. The only way to transform your team is the same way that you transform yourself. It's by sticking with each little thing until it becomes excellent. So, if your carpet needs to be vacuumed, if your bed needs to be made, if your relationship needs to be talked through, if you need to drive someone to the supermarket, if you need to help your sales performers learn better techniques, go through training, if you need to better understand what your customer needs, if you need to better understand your market, if you need to be more patient with yourself, if you need to eat healthier, if you need to exercise more, if you have to study longevity, if you have to try to understand your parents, if you have to educate people on the things that they are not doing that are helpful to you. So people think that it's like this dynamic transformation. No, it's just the incremental little by little. Like James Clear talks in Atomic Habits about if you get 1% better every day. If your relationships get 1% better every day, on average, some days they might get worse, but if you work on making, if everything in your life gets 1% better every day, including yourself, then that's 365% improvement in a year. That's dramatic. Like they say, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, so Rome wasn't built in a day. People that are very successful, they just develop great habits, and every day they're getting a little bit better and a little bit smarter. People forget about the smart part. Smart is part of being better. Like, it's hard to be better if you don't know what to do, and you don't know what to do unless you're continually learning. So if you have a continual learning mindset, like, the secret is, write this down, that you'll become successful when you fall in love with the process. Because people that fall in love with the outcome, like I want to be rich, I want to be famous, I want to be beautiful, they give up, because what happens is the process, the end is way, way off. And what happens is you go to the gym every day for a week and nothing happens. So you're like, oh, this is pointless. You eat healthy for a week and then you're like, I want a Big Mac. And sometimes you have to build in little rewards, obviously, along the way, because if you just discipline yourself excessively, then you're gonna lose heart. But if you fall in love with the process, if you fall in love with doing an excellent podcast, if you fall in love with making your bed so it looks beautiful, if you fall in love in vacuuming your floor so it looks beautiful, if you fall in love with having conversations with your spouse, just to listen to them, it's beautiful. Like anything that you do that you're finding 1% improvement or 10% improvement sometimes, but even 1% improvement, it's beautiful. If you're working with your sales agents so that they're 1% better in their closing rate, and 1% better every day, if you on average, if you're working with your health so that you're not getting discouraged after a week of exercising, if you're working with your living conditions so that they're more pleasing to you, if you're working on your emotions so that you have more tolerance for other people, so that you're less frustrated, so that you less hold grudges. It's really our emotions that hold us back. It's not other people. It's how we react to situations and other people. It's like we give up on people, we give up on ourselves, we give up on jobs. I mean, there's a time to give up when life takes it from you. If you try your best but it's still taken from you, then life is giving you something else. But if life is putting you back in the same situation, what happens is when we give up on a relationship prematurely, the next person we meet, we have the same issues because they're same unresolved. So we'll just create essentially a similar relationship to what we had before. Same with a job. Like if you leave a job because you're miserable, but you haven't worked through those issues, then you'll create another bad boss or another bad coworker or another bad toxic environment, whatever it is, because those issues that you're working on. See, we create our own lives. It doesn't mean we're 100% responsible for everything, although some people say we are. But because bad things do happen to good people, but it's like our psychology, our emotions, like sometimes we're angry inside, and the events happen so that they trigger our emotions so that we can process them. Like we come into situations where we're in conflict with people, or where people are angry with us, or we're angry with them, because these are our unresolved emotions or unresolved feelings, thoughts, and beliefs. And they come to the surface by these experiences. That's what life does. Life continually brings to the surface what we have in our minds and our hearts so that we can resolve them. So if you want to turn misfits into geniuses, just be patient. Just get a little bit better every day. Fall in love with the process. Because if you fall in love with the process, you're like, oh, my bed, it looks so beautiful and I just made it. And it makes you happy that you made your bed. If it makes you happy that you vacuumed the floor, if it makes you happy that you washed your car, if it made you happy that you listened to your spouse, then you'll fall in love with the process and the results will take care of themselves.